So you just planned a trip to Walt Disney World. Maybe it's your first time and you want to experience it all, or maybe you're a seasoned veteran that can't miss any of their beloved attractions. Walt Disney World has increasingly expanded its offerings over the 52 years of its opening. Of course, with 4 parks, 2 water parks, an outdoor shopping mall, and tons of other offerings, it's impossible to do it all in a day, or even in a week sometimes. But even Magic Kingdom alone can take 2, maybe 3 days to truly do it all. And I am just talking about attractions. There are 41 attractions at Magic Kingdom, spread out across a 107-acre park, stuffed with things to look at, interact with, dine, and, of course, shop at. With this in mind, it can be nearly impossible to do everything in a day. I usually carve out 2.5 days of my 7-day trip for just Magic Kingdom. Even then, I always feel like I missed something. Genie Plus was introduced not long ago, boasting that it could give guests the ability to do more in a day by skipping lines. But that can be expensive and still does not guarantee you'll be able to do everything. There are countless other factors that can prevent you from doing Magic Kingdom in a single day. Maybe you have small children that tire easily, maybe the park is especially crowded, making it especially difficult to move around quickly. Maybe you or one of the guests you're traveling with have physical or mental limitations, or maybe you just want to enjoy your vacation without speed running everything there is to offer. Whatever the case, depending on how long your Disney vacation is, you may have to accept that you won't be able to do it all. And as hard as it is, you may have to make some cuts from your itinerary, and that's just what I'm here to help with. Join me as we run down the top rides you may want to pass on at Magic Kingdom, in favor of some other more exciting attractions. And before anyone gets too mad at me, know that I love and appreciate nearly every attraction at the parks, but I recognize that some of these are not as essential as others. So let's say you have one day at Magic Kingdom. What should you avoid? Let's come right out of the gate with one that will make many of you pretty angry. Just hear me out. Peter Pan's Flight is an opening day attraction at Walt Disney World and take guests on a magical flight through the story of the titular film. You'll fly over a miniature London that brilliantly utilizes forced perspective and pass by some fairly impressive animatronics for the time it was made. Unfortunately for the average guest, Peter Pan's Flight is an incredibly popular attraction with famously long wait times. As of right now, at 11 a.m. on a Saturday, the ride has a 65-minute wait time. Sure, Genie Plus could help you skip the line, but then you would miss the queue line, which was updated a while back with incredible theming that makes it arguably better than the ride itself. I won't say I dislike this ride, I actually really enjoy it, but it doesn't quite meet the expectations of modern guests in many regards, and takes way too long to actually ride it. For those reasons, I must unfortunately advise you to pass on it. At least until you have the time to dedicate towards it, like a longer trip. I'll be honest, this one just isn't that good. I know kids love this one, being a giant treehouse you can climb and explore, but I honestly didn't even care for this one as a kid. It's based on the Swiss Family Robinson film that most kids have never seen. I only saw it as a kid because my first grade teacher had the class watch it. But really, the attraction itself just isn't as exciting as it could be. I guess it was for safety purposes, but the treehouse lacks most of the basic offerings of a playground. Instead, it's more of an outdoor museum for a movie that most people don't even know about. Oh, and it's all staircases, making it very inaccessible to anyone with a physical limitation. Wait times aren't an issue here, but walking through it will waste a lot of your day. Just skip it. Let me start by saying the magic carpets of Aladdin are a must-do for me. For whatever reason, we always rode this one when I was growing up and almost never rode Dumbo, or Astro Orbiter. I assume this is because Dumbo was further away, Astro Orbiter was high up in the sky, or maybe because I grew up watching Aladdin instead of the Dumbo film, and Astro Orbiter's not really based on anything in particular. But basically all these other rides are identical to Dumbo. This one's just themed to Aladdin, that one's themed to Tomorrowland. Dumbo's an iconic Disney Parks attraction. It's the spinner ride where Dumbo goes around in a circle, everybody gets in it, it's like a carousel, but it goes up and down. I have to give that one the edge because it's Dumbo and it's iconic to the parks, regardless of my own nostalgia for the Aladdin ride. But a lot of people really enjoy the Astro Orbiter because it gives you a really good view of Tomorrowland. It's actually located at the highest point of Tomorrowland, and you get to go around, but the only downside to that one is that it's a very small ride vehicle, making it a little inaccessible to larger guests and impossible for 2 full-size adults to ride together. You definitely do not need to ride all 3 of these spinner rides, so just pick one that's more interesting to you or has the shortest wait time. Yeah, this might be the worst ride in Walt Disney World. Maybe when it opened, a ride about cars felt futuristic, but gas-powered cars just don't fit in Tomorrowland anymore. The ride is slow, reeks of burning gasoline, and utilizes a track to simulate realistic driving, making it a lot lamer than go-kart rides you can find at your local amusement parks. I know kids love this one, and many people have fond memories of this being their first time behind the wheel, but this one is just so bad. If they retheme it to have neon lights like Tron and switch to electric, maybe it can earn its place, but honestly, I say just tear it down and use the massive track space for one, maybe even two more rides. Oh, this one hurts my heart, hurts my soul. I really did not want to include this one. It's actually my favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom, believe it or not. The Carousel of Progress is an attraction pulled from the 1964 World's Fair that takes guests through the decades of technological progress presented by the same family of animatronics. I love how it beautifully illustrates Walt's optimism for the future and captures the magic of classic Disney parks in a time capsule. If this ever closed, I would be devastated. But I have to be fair for the list here. The ride is long, slow, and becomes more and more outdated each year. The final scene represents the future, but at best it resembles the 2010s. There will almost never be a wait for this one, but the time it takes to complete may deter you. That being said, it can be a great escape from the Florida heat. Cool down and experience this incredible classic, if you have the time. But what do you think? Are my ideas fair? Hopefully I didn't make any Swiss Family Treehouse fans too upset. What other rides can be skipped if your time is short at the parks? Let me know in the comments and I may do a follow-up video. Also, would you like to see the same video for each of the other parks at Walt Disney World? Maybe a list of things to definitely not skip? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell, and check out our Instagram and Twitter. Also, check out our other videos where we discuss all kinds of Disney Parks topics. Thanks for watching, and thank you for skipping the Tomorrowland Speedway.